KiWiKaKi, one of those players that I'm sure Evil Geniuses wanted out of the way early on, and we are going to jump right in here. We have KiWiKaKi spawning as our orange Protoss in the bottom right-hand corner, and in the top right-hand corner, we have Evil Geniuses StrifeCro going to be spawning as our yellow Zerg here. Now, on Crevasse, I think StrifeCro's style is going to be very good. He plays that hard macro style PvZ, just very intense macro style, and it's going to be very easy for him to go up to 3 base, if not 4, and really just pour on the hurt. But one thing that I think hinders StrifeCro a little bit is he has a very one-dimensional PvZ style. He almost always goes mass roaches. Every game I've ever seen him play. He hates building Hydralisks. He does not like building Speedlings, and I think that could be one of his pitfalls in the matchup.
And KiWiKaKi's the kind of player who can take advantage of that knowledge.
Exactly.
I mean, he's very smart.
Exactly.
He's very situational, and I expect him to do just that. And I'm curious to see what he ends up doing, what expansion he's going to take, and a lot of that's going to come down to StrifeCro as well. This is Crevasse. Yes, you have 2 options for early expansion. You can go inside of your main, but to a less resource-heavy expansion, or some Zerg players will take the opportunity to go right down to this more full mineral expansion, more full gas expansion, but much more exposed base down here outside of their base. And it looks like StrifeCro indeed is going to take that more full natural expansion. It's going to make the defense of those bases a little bit more difficult, but could pay off in the long run if he's able to hold for a while.
Yeah, it could indeed. And wow, we have KiWiKaKi chrono boosting out quite a few probes here. Gonna go up to 50. Are we gonna see a Nexus first here? I think we are. I think that's what we're in store for here. He's already at 375. It's just gonna be a little late. Probably gonna float up to 450 here. Didn't send that probe quite early enough, and there we go. The Nexus is down, and wow. What an aggressive move there from KiWiKaKi, but I think he was counting on the fact that StrifeCro goes with that early hatch almost every game and follows it up with a relatively late
and this is a good move. I mean, I assume he watched the last game. I'm not sure if the players were in watching or anything like that, but I'm sure that Frank informed him what had been done in the last game, and this is going to play really well into KiWiKaKi's favor, because if StrifeCro tries to sit back, wait for a little longer, and KiWiKaKi drops down that Nexus and gets the economic advantage off of just these 2 bases that much quicker than the 3-gate expand, then he's going to be able to pump tons of units out in the mid-game exactly when StrifeCro starts hitting his stride, and he'll have a nice moment where he's able to attack before StrifeCro's able to start that production really off that 3 base plus macro hash that we saw in the last game, and it could do quite well for him.
Yeah, I totally agree. He's probably going to go up to 3 base relatively early here, because keep in mind he took the exposed 3rd with the double gas as his first base. So that pocket 3rd now, I guess I was going to say that pocket natural, but yeah, is still available for him. And is he going to head over there and take that right now? No, he's actually going to wait a little bit here. But he does have the option to take that very early 3rd. And here we have KiWiKaKi just playing a very intelligent defensive game here, building the 2nd cannon right away at his front door. Doesn't want to lose to any kind of know, early cheese or anything like that. Going to fully wall here. And interestingly enough, he's putting the Cybo core at the top there and leaving an open space here in the event that those rocks get destroyed.
You know, a couple of things. One, I just want to point out, yes, he is going for that very early 3rd hatchery, as you were hinting at before. But second, does Crevasse not always remind you of tower defense when people put up walls? Because they're always unconventional because of the destructible debris here.
And
it always looks like they're just funneling units through these couple of photon cannons. Can't let 25 lings through or you lose the game. So.
Pretty much. I mean, and it's no 2 players do it alike on this map, because, you know, some players are worried about the rocks going down and then the potential wall that they'll have to create after that. Some players just want the most tight wall with the rocks there, and then they'll full wall in the event that somebody starts killing the destructible rocks. So there's different approaches that people take to it, and I think that's what creates such a dynamic walling experience on a map like Crevasse.
A dynamic walling experience indeed. So KiWiKaKi, he does have his warp gate technology incoming. He has not shown what he wants to do apart from that yet. He's not dropped down a bunch more gateways. He's not dropped down road he wants to do. He's got quite a few resources saved up at this moment, and I'm honestly curious to see what ends up coming out of him here in the next couple of seconds. On the other hand, though, StrifeCro is on 3 bases. He does not have a roach worn down. He does not have layer tech incoming quite yet. In fact, I believe he's still only on 1 gas, so no hint of tech yet out of him as well. There we go. 4 gateways, now 5 more gateways coming down for KiWiKaKi, so 6 gate it is going to be.
6 gate timing push, excuse me, with that +1, so going to be a pretty effective pusher. I was just waiting for another gate to come up. I saw those 2 pylons
then we could go from 6 gate push into 7 gate all in.
Right?
You know? Yeah.
And even the 7 gate, I mean, can be transitioned out of. It's still very all in though, but you know, Toss can never have too many warp gates. It's never like they really expire in their effectiveness. They help you at all stages of the game, but obviously you want to be investing in, you know, probes and tech and upgrades, things like that. So here we have the 6 gate push, and he's already heading out, going to go ahead and try and take that Xel'Naga, but he's going to get attacked by some Zerglings here. He's not watching that soccer. It will get surrounded, and KiWiKaKi just not paying attention right there. Now getting into a good position, but losing that, and that soccer will go down, and he might be able to prevent this forward pylon, and that is going to affect the timing of this push drastically. If he can get this pylon, that is going to be absolutely terrible for KiWiKaKi.
And it looks like KiWiKaKi is going to move out with a couple of Zealots, and look at this. Double Stargate is coming down now for KiWiKaKi as well. So 6 gate double Stargate off of just these 2 bases for the time being.
Well, he did lose that forward pylon, and that might have changed everything in his mind. Now he's just streaming in these 6 Zealots. I have no idea why. They're probably going to get killed here. I mean, there we go. Roach is now popping out, and, you know, he is getting very offensive with those Zealots, and they might get caught off guard here. No. StrifeCro does not want to have anything to do with those Zealots just yet. He's content with just staying alive for the moment.
And looks like, let me actually take a look here at Kiwi's vision. Yeah, he does see that the rocks are down, so he knows to expect some attacks around the side. StrifeCro,
I think he's going to go Phoenix. He must be going Phoenix.
He is. There's 2 of them, and they're being chrono boosted right now, so he wants heavy Phoenixes in this composition. There we go. StrifeCro going to make his way down, and it looks like he'll be able to deny this Nexus unless, there we go, KiWiKaKi moves in with the rest of his units. He was backing up there for a while, but should be able to clean that up. But, oh, StrifeCro moving in. Looks like he will get the Nexus canceled. There it is. KiWiKaKi will move those units away, but not before the damage was done.
You know, I've actually seen the Korean players use this 6 gate into double Stargate Phoenix. And what they do is they just get this overwhelming amount of Phoenixes where they can start going around and just harassing the expansion so heavily. And then eventually when the big battles happen, they have a ton of Phoenix. They really do utilize them very well in the big fights. They can knock roaches out of the picture, although Phoenix is obviously not that good at killing roaches at all.
Yes.
But they really help out with Hydras, and just pulling the roaches out of the battle is actually a big deal. Just, you know, denying their DPS and their hit point shield during the battle.
It's good you said that because I actually kind of knew this was coming because I've been speaking to Frank before MLG, and he was telling me that this was KiWiKaKi's build or choice. Trying not to, you know, I mean, good you recognize it. Yeah, I mean, I was trying not to spoil it for too many people, hopefully. But yeah, this has been very, very powerful for him. Frank claims that it is very difficult for Zerg players to defeat this. There's just no good unit composition to come against this. And look at the way KiWiKaKi's using all these Phoenixes. He's already picked off Overlords. He's already picked off Queens. More are going to die because he has nothing to shoot up. Just these 2 Queens, and those will quickly be neutralized by these Phoenixes. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful play out of him thus far. And he, oh, we do have an attack going on at the 3rd, however. Roaches and Speedlings coming in at the front. Will KiWiKaKi have enough to hold on here? Beautiful force fields coming out of him, but he is just getting overrun here. The Phoenixes are coming in to support, but is it going to be enough? Picking up roaches. Can he hold?
Wow, he's picking up so many roaches.
And that's what I meant. They can just pick the roaches out of the fight.
Oh, and look at the way the Zealots just kill them almost as soon as they drop down, because they're dropping down into the middle of 4 or 5 Zealots at a time. They're just picked off right away. Looks like KiWiKaKi is going to attack again. KiWiKaKi is going to attack. KiWiKaKi is going to attack again with these Phoenixes. Look at the way he picks off these Overlords so quickly. Nothing that StrifeCro can do about this. He's trying to produce as many Hydras as he can, but look how quickly they fall.
Yeah, Hydras just get obliterated by Phoenix. It's just disgusting. Unless they can get their numbers up, you know, beyond 10. And if he swoops in here, he'll be able to pick off those Hydras. He does not see them. But StrifeCro needs to be very, very careful here. And you know what kind of sucks is, like, as Zerg, what do you really do about mass Phoenix like this?
Right.
you're forced to build Hydras, and Phoenixes are excellent against Hydras.
Yes, they are.
And you're going to have to make that transition after the Phoenixes are already in full production. So he's going to have enough to, really whittle down those Hydra numbers.
Yeah, if you're already committed to Roach, what are you going to do? Wait 100 seconds for a Spire to come up? No, it's just not viable. You're going to get picked apart by those Phoenixes in time. So Kiwi is going to continue to patrol the map with a couple of these Zealots, taking off these Xel'Naga towers, as StrifeCro goes to a 4th base, but man, he is back against the wall. He just can't move out. I mean, he is just frightened to move out. He has to sit around all these Spore Crawlers with those Hydras, or that entire army is going to get just picked to pieces.
Yeah, I totally agree. Infestors would be great, though. If you can get all those Phoenix to stack up at some point, or you catch them during the battle. I mean, Fungal would just be amazing. And I don't know this, but does Fungal cancel the Graviton Beam?
Yes, I believe it
does.
Cancels
if they're in the air.
Yes.
Wow.
I believe it does, but that's actually interesting. Don't quote me on that. So
yeah, I'm not sure. I was just thinking that would be another great use for Fungal.
And here it comes. StrifeCro is going to make his way down. He is moving out, but look at these Phoenixes. Look how many Hydras are getting picked up, and look how quickly they go down. That is just absurd. And the Zealots are coming in after that as well, picking off the rest of the Hydras that remain on the ground. This push is getting smashed to pieces.
Unreal.
Oh my god, Phoenixes.
Yeah, Phoenix is actually proving to be quite amazing here, just picking up all those Hydras left and right. Is he going to pick up this Zergling? That would be rather cute of him if he decided to lift those up, but would be a total waste of a Graviton Beam.
Wow, unbelievable. There you go. And for those of you, of course, who
there
are
you
unaware,
have it.
Yeah, these were also +1 as well, so they were doing 11 damage per beam.
Yeah,
they deal that damage
beam.
twice, so that's 22 damage from every Phoenix. That means just 5 shots, they're done.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and those Hydras were going down, faster than a hot knife slices through butter. I mean, those Hydras were just getting obliterated. And now that the Phoenix numbers are getting this high, it's going to be very difficult for StrifeCro to really recuperate here and find a window of opportunity to do something. I mean, where does he go from here?
I mean, like I said, he can't invest. He just can't spend the time to invest in Spire.
God.
Dear God, drones. What was that? 8 or 9 drones, I believe, went down for the cost of 1 Phoenix right there. Let's actually take a look at the workers killed. It looks like he has killed 10 workers in total. So, oh no, just 6 workers right there. I'm sorry, this is rain side. It's different from our scoreboard at the top.
I think those were the first drones that he has actually killed with harassment thus far.
I believe.
I think he might have gotten 1 or 2 at the pocket third, but that's really all he's been able to do as far as harass is concerned. And StrifeCro has been allowed to expand relatively freely here, and he continues to deny KiWiKaKi's expansions, or at least slow them down. So yeah, he's moving up to 5 base here.
He is making a game out of this. I mean, KiWiKaKi has not done any harassment besides the 1 Phoenix push we saw before, and the one we just saw. But even with that, StrifeCro was able to establish his 4th, going to his 5th, as you mentioned before. So yeah, I mean, he's still certainly in this. But if Kiwi's able to establish this 4th and continue to remax over and over again with this very, very powerful, highly upgraded Phoenix ball, it's rough. I mean, it's going to certainly be rough for StrifeCro.
StrifeCro just going with this almost all Hydraless composition here. If Kiwi was able to transition into Colossus with range right now and just add a few of those into the mix, I mean, they would be worth their weight in gold, as would High Templar, and now we have Archons coming into play. It's a very strange unit composition. They don't really synergize very well, but it will work. Yeah,
I mean, these are biological units, so they'll take the maximum damage from the Archons. Looks like a couple are going to go down before they're able to come up. Here, Zerglings are swinging into the mineral line. The KiWiKaKi is going to move out. There we go. The Phoenix is picking up all those units once again. And look at the way those Archons are just dealing out their damage. Oh my god, that wall of units just got obliterated.
Yeah. We keep using the word obliterated, but it's very, very applicable right here. I mean, this is just disgusting.
Oh, Overlords.
As soon as the Hydras get picked up, as soon as an Overlord takes a full volley, it immediately dies and they move on to the next. It's getting to the point now where he's just picking up entire rows of units, just click, 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 picking up Hydra after Hydra, and that last battle just really showcased that Infestors are absolutely necessary here, and we do have 2 on the way from StrifeCro. I believe he's realized this, And Infestors would make all the difference in the world here.
And he does, to his benefit, he does have his 5th base up here. Oh, but he didn't rally his drone, so that's unfortunate. Zerglings are trying to swing by, attacking in multiple places. KiWiKaKi is going to be able to pick up a bunch of these Roaches, and the Archons are going to make their way through, and Archons are so good against Roaches, it's ridiculous, doing so much damage. At the same time, we do have Zerglings taking out Photon Cannons at this base, but that alone is not going to be enough. Those Zealots move in and clean up the mess.
Yeah, KiWiKaKi is expanding quite aggressively at this point in the game. He's moving up to 5 base here, and we do have some Zerglings going into harass, but they will be thwarted by these Zealots who now have charge, and KiWiKaKi is going to get up some more cannons at each of his bases, burrowing those Zerglings just to be a little bit extra annoying, but the real push is coming through mid right here. KiWiKaKi adding 2 more Archons into the mix, and it looks like he is satisfied with this ball of doom. And he's going to head right on into the fort.
This is going to be disgusting, Taylor, I have to tell you, because KiWiKaKi makes his way, and he's got 16 Phoenixes supporting that. He doesn't want to ball him up, though, like you said. Oh, wow, nice fungal. But look, the rest of the Infestors are picked up, so they're not going to be able to deal their damage. There we go, another fungal goes down. That is going to start damaging these Phoenixes, but they are fairly stout, at least enough, 200 hit points between them. And wow, these Archons are just ripping through these structures. Nothing going to stand in his way, and I think StrifeCro is going to have to tap out.
Yeah, another fungal does go down there on the Phoenixes, so most of them are in deep orange or deep red, but the Archons, the backbone to this composition, are just crushing their way through everything, and GG is called. StrifeCro has left the game.